One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Monroe, Louisiana, home to the ULM Warhawks. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the UL Monroe Warhawks. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First time out of the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Scanning the field, it's Temple. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
7, ULM 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking downfield on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Coates. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles...
Catch inside the 25. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And this defense, they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just try to be aggressive, got to need better effort.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Notre Dame.
And the Warhawks come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Temple. Finds his big tight end. Got enough space. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, UL Monroe. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. They'll run it from the gun. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Wells. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Irish. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
To the air, it's Temple. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. And this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. picked up now. Here's 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to keep it in the air. Finds his man. It's Godet. Turning it on. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The Warhawks are moving quickly down the field. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Got rid of it just in time. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Leaves it with the back. Picks up the 1st down. Hits the afterburner. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Warhawks.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here come the Irish back on offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Paul.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Using the quick game. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Right back to it. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing. For that run.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
That's a 1st down for the offense.
The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the 2nd. So first down here as they go back to work. Rides the back on the option to give. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Touchdown, Notre Dame! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
21, ULM, 14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw, it's Temple. The short hands, it's Coates. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up fourth down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
He's brought down at the 32-yard line. Now, a fourth down.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on fourth down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first two drives. There he goes. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Grabs it in the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Hit as he throws. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And that kind of toughness is something you can't coach in quarterbacks. You either have it or you don't. Being able to deliver strikes like that for touchdowns when you know you are going to get absolutely popped, Man, it is hard to find QBs like that. This offense has one.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Texas A&M overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from College Station, these Aggies got to be thrilled with this result. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Might be changing the route. Looking to pass. It's Temple. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups, Reese. I mean, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or man, whatever you...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with a turnover. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Great place to start for this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He'll take a shot. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. Give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Made sure that one fell in quickly.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Working that left side. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
I love running the angle route, whether it's on first down, second down, third down. It's a really good route. It's a safe route. Just takes a little bit of timing over the middle of the field. But, hey, again, getting it to a playmaker in space, always winning.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
They just keep firing. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
QB draw. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
And the Warhawks with the 1st and 10. Power football with the run. He has the 1st and still on his feet. Breaks into the open. Finally out of bounds at the 21-yard line after the big run.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Back to throw, it's Temple. Now improvising. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And that was so close to a turnover in the end zone. The defense almost with the huge play. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 2nd down. Dances away to buy time. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. And they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Warhawks will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off play action on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Wells. Right down the gut of the field. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point was good to finish things off.
Notre Dame 42, ULM 14.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wide receiver comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Temple. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Well, the QB and receiver are trying to hook up there on a curl route, but the DB just had better coverage, and he knocked it away.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quick completion on the out route. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. And the Warhawks will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And And the ball will be blown dead at the 35, and that's where they'll put it into play. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Gonna let it fly. Snags it on the right. Off and running. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
ULM 14.
He'll bring it out. It's Gaudet. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Throwing right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
He's got an open man. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
It is so hard as a defender to have to stop that big fella from catching the corner route, right? He already has great size and long arms, and he can jump. So what do? I mean, you're not trying to create pass interference and a penalty, but that's just a size mismatch, and the offense took advantage.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll go to the ground. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and...
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football. Different and find a way to make something happen.
Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down.
Here we go.
To the ground with the back. for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Soft spot in the middle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Fast completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. He lets one fly deep. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot. They're not able to come away with the completion.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's caught. It's Coates. Gets away from one. Finds some space. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Warhawks will have it 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Looking to throw again. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Finding an escape route. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man fires toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, UL Monroe. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. The give on the option. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
Leaves it with the running back. Hard running there. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Gives it on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Right down the middle. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
From the gun, the running back has it. Got the first down and more. Gets away from one, finds room. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Unloads quickly. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And the offense tried to get it to their playmaker quick and see if he could get the first down. A little bit short, but what did I do? I made this a manageable fourth down. Now it's decision time. What do I want to do?
Needs it to keep this drive alive. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Give to the running back. Turning it on. The 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Miami is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Vinny Testaverde and Gino Torretta in the pantheon of greats to play at the U. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Virginia Tech. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll leave it with him. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, Just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with it.
Still on his feet at the 45. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Working that left side now. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Warhawks are moving quickly down the field. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense is sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something.
There he goes. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Wants to adjust the pattern. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Let's go! The give out of the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead has ballooned like it has. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party gift, a late touchdown.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And he's going to bring this one out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And in a two-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple of more times. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And they take a knee on fourth down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of